Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to talk about One Piece chapter 992. And oh boy, what a chapter. Before I start with this video, I'd like to let you know that this video will contain spoilers, and if you have not caught up with the latest chapter in the manga, then I highly recommend you checking it out and then getting back to this video. Now that that's out of the way, let's start with the review of chapter 992 titled Remnants. So, we don't have a cover story for this chapter, but instead we are greeted by a beautiful color spread. In this color spread, we see all the Straw Hats riding the sea train, and it looks like they're having a small picnic on the train. We see all the Straw Hats with either something to eat or something to drink in their hands. We see Jinbei sitting on top of the train with what looks like a black bear. If any of you guys know what this black bear is, then please do let me know in the comment section below. We also see Zoro eating a bowl of noodles, and on the bowl we see a blue eastern dragon. This could be subtle foreshadowing for Zoro engaging and possibly damaging or killing Kaido. So, the chapter starts off with a conversation between Big Mom and Perospero at the entrance of Onigashima. Now we know that when Robin sent Big Mom rolling out of the main hall, she was sent to the entrance of Onigashima where she meets Perospero, who is now with Marco. Big Mom informs Perospero that the alliance with Kaido was her idea. Perospero tells Big Mom that they want her to become the Pirate King, to which she replies by saying that she knows what she's doing and asks that Perospero trusts her. This could only mean one thing: a betrayal. Betrayal seems to be a very big theme in this arc and has been emphasized many times by many prominent characters like Scratchman Appu during his fight with Kid. We also hear Kaido talking about how pirates will eventually betray each other when he was talking to the Scabbards at the top of the dome a few chapters ago. After seeing this, Marco has realized that the alliance between him and Perospero would no longer work, as Perospero has decided to side with Big Mom, and their plan to defeat the Beast Pirates is now off the table. He mentions one thing that has piqued my interest. He calls Kaido an ogre, and in the Japanese scans, he calls Kaido an Oni. Could this be a reference to the race that he belongs to, or is he figuratively speaking? Because it has been highly speculated that Kaido could be a descendant of one of the ancient giants. Big Mom asks Marco why is a man like him helping out these kids. This is with reference to the Straw Hats. She also seems to think that the remnants of the Whitebeard pirates are doing whatever they like, to which Marco responds by saying that she does not know what the meaning of remnants are and says that they are no longer bound by the words of Pops or Whitebeard. To which we see a response in the form of a very menacing face, with her telling him to do whatever he feels like. This could possibly indicate a small skirmish or a clash between Marco and Big Mom. In the next panel, we see Carrot being followed by Wanda, who is asking her where she is going. Looks like Carrot has realized that Perospero is on Onigashima and has decided that she wants vengeance for Pedro. Depending on how Oda depicts this fight, it could show us whether Carrot will become a part of the Straw Hats or not. Throughout this entire arc, she hasn't gotten much shine, but there's still hope for those of you out there who want her to join the Straw Hats. We then see one of the samurai telling Luffy to go ahead. Then it cuts to the theater in the banquet hall where we see Black Maria along with a few other geisha who have come to this room to escape from all the chaos and noise outside. One of the geisha asks Black Maria to play something. She holds her shamisen and starts to play a song. While she is playing her song, we see a panel of Shinobu and Momo running away from Yamato. Speaking of Yamato, this week's issue of the Weekly Shonen Jump has a One Piece cover page, and we finally get the official color scheme for Yamato, and it is really good. I personally really like the fact that Yamato has white hair rather than having some weird color combination that we've seen with many other characters in the Wano Kuni arc. I personally love this color scheme. We see that she has red horns and the ends of her hair have a greenish blue hue. After this scene, we cut back to the rooftop and see the battle between Kaido and the Scabbards has started. The first few panels look really amazing, and at a first glance, they might look a bit cluttered, but I think this is the only way for Oda to cram so much into these few pages. We get a beautiful spread where we see all the scabbards on one side charging, and on the other side we see Kaido charging at them. As Kaido is charging at the scabbard, he lets out a howl that creates lightning, which the scabbards are able to dodge. This happens to be the third attack we see from Kaido, apart from his Boro Breath and Thunder Bagua. Raizo happens to jump over Kaido, and we see Kinemon right next to him, and the other scabbards are charging at him. Kaido lets out another howl, and we see that the scabbards dodge this. We then see Neko jump up and use his first named attack, Crimson Cat Dance, and that is followed by Kawamatsu jumping above Kaido and using a named attack, Kappa style River of Sea, and cuts Kaido. After this, we see him bleeding from his mouth. Some of the Fodder Beast pirates are in shock that the scabbards are able to attack and damage the invincible Kaido. Immediately after this, we see Kaido stretch out his claws and sends Kawamatsu flying. Ino jumps in and stabs Kaido with his sword leg. We then see two named attacks which look like a combo attack from Kiku and Izo, who are seen in the background attacking Kaido. Kaido makes a comment that even though the scabbards are not even on the level of Oden in terms of skill, he is still shocked as to how they are able to cut him. Kaido decides to use another Boro Breath, and we see Raizo jumping in using a scroll to absorb the attack. He then sends this attack back at Kaido while saying that his scrolls can capture anything. The next panel we see Kaido and the scabbards at a distance with the snow and the moon in the background, and this looks really beautiful. We then jump to a small flashback where Oden is trying to teach the scabbards his two-sword style, but the scabbards deny, saying that each of them have their own unique style. We then later see Oden talking to Toki, and Toki tells him that the scabbards love him so much that they are willing to fight to the death for his love. We then cut back to the present where we see individual panels of Ashura Doji, Kinemon, Denjiro, and Inu. And then we see a beautiful panel where these four are standing in front of Kaido, paying homage to Oden by using his two-sword style. Kaido mocks them by saying that imitating Oden won't do them any good. And then we cut to another flashback of Oden teaching them Ryo. All of this culminates into the final panel where we see them using the same move that Oden used against Kaido, Togen Totsuka, and attack Kaido on the scar that was given to him by Oden, thus ending the chapter. This was a really good chapter. We got some beautiful spreads, some really great action, and was very well paced. At this moment, things seem to be going very well for the Alliance and the Scabbards, and I think that pretty soon we're going to see the downfall of the Scabbards. Although Kaido has been damaged a lot by the Scabbards, I don't think any of this damage is too severe. We know for a fact that Zoans have really high durability. That is if we assume that Kaido is a Dragon Zoan. The only thing that has me a bit worried is the fact that if only proficiency in Ryo was needed to damage Kaido, then why was he built up to be invincible? I find it very hard to believe that none of the top tier fighters in the One Piece world are proficient in advanced armament haki. If we were to say that Ryo, or this form of advanced armament haki, was only unique to Wano, then it becomes even more difficult to believe that nobody apart from the Scabbards are proficient enough to damage Kaido. The best part is we don't have a break next week. The war is in full swing, and each chapter that we get is better than the previous one. I feel like the turning point in this war will come very soon, and I plan to make a video on that, so stay tuned for that. Although we had a very long 2-week break, this chapter has really hit the mark, and it was well worth the wait. If you like this video, then do hit the like button and comment your thoughts below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, then please do hit the subscribe button and turn on bell notifications to be updated when I post new videos. As always, hope you guys have an amazing day. This is Rajan signing out.